So, happy Easter and welcome to this preview of patch 8.5. This is actually my 5th preview of this patch, so yeah, I've been pretty busy in the last few days. I know 5 previews is quite a lot, but I'm all the time coming up with new information, and the information I found this time was, too good to keep for myself, so I just spontaneously decided to do another preview. So right here we can see the German tech tree, how it will look after patch 8.5, and I've already shown you a few pictures of how I thought it would look like in a few earlier previews of patch 8.5, but that wasn't quite correct, and this here, what you can see now, is how the tech tree will actually look when it's finished. Now, some of the pictures I'll be showing you will have Russian script in it instead of English script, so I'm sorry for that, but I just couldn't get any pictures of English on them, so just sorry for that in advance. Yeah, so let's have a look at the changes. First of all, you can see, of course, that there's a new line of German medium tanks below the E50M, with the Indian Panzer at tier 8, the Leopard Prototype A at tier 9, and the Leopard 1 at tier 10. But there were quite a few minor changes to the tech tree as well. The first one is that up till this patch, so right at the moment as well, you can research the VK 3601H from the Panzer 3-4, and it's possible to go to the VK 3002DB from the VK 3601H. Now that isn't possible anymore after patch 8.5, because after patch 8.5, after the VK 3601H, you can only go to the Tiger and not to the DB, and then of course you can't research it anymore from the Panzer 3-4, you can only get it from the Panzer 4. You can still research the VK 3001H from the Panzer 3, but that tank doesn't lead up to the DB anymore either, it only leads up to the Panther. And the DB itself doesn't lead up to the Panther and the Tiger as it used to do. Now it's just it only leads up to the Indian Panzer. And they've added a new tank here at tier 6, the VK 3001 DB. So that's kind of going to be pretty similar to the VK 3002 DB, and so that's the tank you go through now if you want to get to the DB. But you've also got a second possibility to get to the new medium tank line, and that is over this scout line here. Now, up till now, this scout line down here had a dead end at tier 6 with a VK 2801, but now they've added a new tank at tier 7, the Aufklärungspanther, and you can research the Aufklärungspanther from the VK 2801, and then you can get the Indian Panzer from the Aufklärungspanther. And there's another tank added at tier 4, which is the VK 2001D. It's a medium tank, and you can research it from the Panzer 2G, and you can go to the Panzer 3/4 from that. So yeah, they've kind of mixed it up quite a lot in the German tech tree. I don't know if that is good or not. Of course, they've added a lot of new tanks, so it isn't that good for me, because I was actually planning, I wanted to get the Leopard 1, and I was planning to get it by the VK 3600H. That isn't possible anymore now, so I have to figure out another way to get to it. But yeah, for some of you that's perhaps going to be good news, especially for those of you who have got the VK 2801. So yeah, I've got some pictures of the new tanks, so let's have a look at them. So the first tank we're going to look at is the Aufklärungspanzer, which will be a tier 7 tank, and it will link the VK 2801 to the Indian Panzer. This tank is going to be a light tank, and it's based on the chassis of the Panzer, but it seems to have a different turret. I don't know, the turret looks kind of similar to the turret of, say, a Panzer III or a Panzer III-4. So as this is a light tank, we can expect a kind of a pretty high tier scouting tank. So yeah, you'll probably do scouting in this tank, and it's going to be pretty fast, probably something like 60 kilometers an hour or something like that. So yeah, that's what we can expect. The next tank I've got lined up for you is the Tier 4 medium tank VK 2001DB. So this tank will be added between the Panzer II-G and the Panzer III/4. And this tank looks a lot like the Panzer IV. It's got a lot of similarity to the Panzer IV, especially on the turret, or to the Panzer III, of course, as well. So it just looks a lot like that kind of Panzer line at tier 3 or 4 or 5. They all look pretty similar. So as this is going to be a medium tank, the style of gameplay in it, the way it will perform, will be very similar probably to the way a Panzer III or the Panzer III/4 performs. So only set down to a lower level, as it is one tier lower. So yeah, it's only tier 4, so it isn't really very interesting anyway. And last, I've got the VK 3001DB for you, and this tank looks a lot like a small VK 3002DB. The names of the two tanks are very similar, of course, so the tanks are going to be similar as well. So this tank will be pretty quick, fast moving, with a not all that great gun, but a okay gun. And what I think looks pretty promising is the frontal armor, because there aren't all that many weak spots in it as far as I can recognize, and the lower glaciers is really small. But then on the other hand, this tank will be probably penetratable by any other tank it meets in the battlefield, so that isn't that interesting to look for weak spots. The side armor, although, could be a bit of a challenge to enemies, as it's sloped pretty well, as you can see here, so that might be useful. But I aren't really a huge fan of any of the VK tanks, so I'm probably not going to like this one either. Perhaps some of you like those kind of tanks, so for those of you who do, you can get it. I probably won't. So yeah. So last of all, I've got some screenshots of the stats of different tanks that will be added in the next update. They're all in Russian, so I'm sorry for that, but I think they'll still be helpful for you, as you kind of know what the numbers mean, and the numbers in Russian are the same as they are anywhere in the world. So I guess a lot of you who are watching this video will be Russian as well, so that's no problem for you guys. But if you aren't Russian, I think these will still help you. I won't be saying all that much to them. You can just look at them, they'll speak for themselves, and if they pass too quickly, just pause the video, because I won't have them on the screen that long, because otherwise the video is going to take too much time. So I've got pictures, the stats of the Aufklärungspanzer, say, and then of the Indian Panzer and the Leopard 1, so just have a quick look at them. And then last of all, I just want to tell you something on the new Russian tanks that will be coming. There will be 3 new Russian tanks in 8.5, the T-60, the T-70 and the T-80. And they'll be added in the Russian tech tree at tier 2, 3 and 4. And here's just a quick look at the stats of those tanks as well. Again, only in Russian. So yeah, I hope I could help you along with this video. I hope it had some useful information for you. If it did, please say so in the comments. Please like this video and perhaps even subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thanks for watching a lot, and I hope you'll see me next time, or I'll see you on the battlefield. Bye bye.